Hey, what's up? It's your boy ill.Gates here. I was doing EP Bootcamp with Producer Dojo in Denver, Colorado, and I learned I was very close to the WMD eurorack module factory. So I hit up my boy Alex. He was on our panel at EP Bootcamp to come get a tour of the factory and pick up some modules that I ordered because they are very sadly shutting down operations because of the semiconductor shortage and supply chain issues and whatnot. But this is a chance to document and see the factory. Oh, look at that, WMD. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go visit the WMD factory. Sounds like a problematic. Hey, what's up?
What up? How's it going?
Wow, cool. Hey, what up? What up? How's it going?
Hey, what up?
Making some Metrons. Oh yeah, those are the very famous WMD sequencers.
So here's the inside. This is the new buttons that we've got. So we redesigned the buttons from scratch, and they've got a click dome technology, which is like the same as in your like old school remote for your phone.
Yes.
For your TV.
I love clicky buttons.
We had these custom made.
Cool.
And then they just pop on there. The LED shines through the back of it, and then they just pop on.
Yeah, they got that select bus too, so they can talk to your
exactly.
talk to your other modules and shift states.
Absolutely.
So these are like on the way out or repairs.
So this is all just stuff that still like needs to be built or is in some sort of state of needs to be tested, I believe. So this is all needs to be tested. Right here, I think all needs to be tested.
There's a lot. Dude, I love Fracture so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Fracture sounds so great. Yeah, I made a bunch of sampler instruments out of my mine so far. It's the 2016 selection.
Yeah.
Rad.
We did just make
Got
the
some
21,
records.
21, but we don't have that here. It's cool to see that turn into 2021 because they're all black.
Yeah, they're all black and there's so many more of them.
This is a testing room. No one's in here at the moment, but
oh yeah.
That's where we do all the, like where one person does a lot of testing, so they've got their own little eurorack rig set up and do tuning,
voltmeters and calibrators. You gotta make sure. Whoa, this thing is, what's this guy?
Is this a custom amp? Yeah, no, it's not. I don't know what this is. Everybody here does like, has their own projects. Everybody's an artist in some way, like either music or visual art, and then a lot of people that are with us are technical. So like, we've got some sort of receiver there that somebody's restoring. So like people,
sweet.
We're all about people like using the tools that we have for their own projects.
Nice. You got some biggie there and cats with stashes. Awesome. All right, so this is the factory.
Yeah, so this is the house area.
Awesome. Wow. Oh, and we got a doggo. Hey there, doggy woggy. Yeah, good doggo. Synthesizer doggo. Whoa, so many modules. Oh my gosh. The Geiger counters.
Yeah,
those things sound awesome.
Yeah, that's the pedal. That's the small pedal.
Oh, sick. Well, what's this one? That doesn't say WMD on it.
That's Humble Audio. They make a thing called the Quad Op. It's like an FM synth.
Oh, cool.
And that's the Algo Force. So that's like an expander for that.
Right on.
We manufacture WMD, and then we manufacture for a number of other people too.
Oh, rad.
Like we have it, yeah. This is the pick and place line. So basically, this is where everything starts. So when we design everything to be manufactured as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and then we use a robotic line because the parts are so small that doing it by hand, it's definitely possible, but you can see that tiny little dot there. Yeah, that's a part.
So tiny.
So this is a lot faster at doing it than.
Oh, so that's like a bunch of carbons.
So this is 4 carbons or 3 carbons in a row here.
Cool.
And you can see that one side has been populated and the other side has not been. So when the boards come, they look like this, where it's like just blank pads. And then they go into this little machine here. And then this is basically like goes on like there. And then this is basically like a screen printing machine here. Can I open this up? Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So you can see this basically is a negative print, and it's like just like a t-shirt screen printer. There's a stencil there. The board gets underneath it, and then this is a bunch of solder paste. So it's crushed up solder and what we call flux, which helps the solder adhere to the board. And then that scrapes all, pool of it over those holes onto the board.
Like that here.
And this is the actual pick and place machine. So you can see that it comes through the conveyor, and then all the parts are stored on these reels, which are similar to like a reel-to-reel tape. And all of these different things are different parts. And then this head robotically moves around, and it has 6 different heads that can pick up 6 parts at a time. And when it's going, it's just whirring, like it's going really fast.
Like 400 pounds, moves on an XY axis. You can see it picks up the parts with the vacuum. So
Crazy.
It opens the feeder here, comes and picks up a part, and then there's mirrors, and the machine sees them binary, and it tells it if the part is good or not to be placed, and then correctly orientates it, places it on the board. So you kind of see how quick this thing moves here. I'm waiting on parts right now, so I'm not running it today, but if I go to like a step in the program, like the first step in here is R83, so it's going to look at the fiducials and then go to the placement in this little camera. And so it places 6 of these a second, so I can kind of scroll through the different placements. And the machine is optimized to place them as quickly as possible, so it takes the least amount of time to run.
Crazy. 6 a second.
Yeah, it's like
That's
very, very
intense.
quick. Yeah.
And then is that like a live camera feed?
Yeah, that's the camera. It's kind of like a dental camera.
Rad.
So you can see, like, here's an op amp, resistors, lots of tiny little parts on here. But there's, I think, 187 steps in that, which is kind of small. But it's also a 4 HP board, so there's 3 carbons in there, so times 3, that's how long this program is. Board comes out over here. This is like the inspection tray. If I need to do any hand placements or look at it, it goes over here. Or if everything's good, it'll just shoot out into this conveyor oven.
Conveyor oven.
Yeah, so if we were running the machine, the stencil printer would apply the solder paste to all the copper pads. And then the pick and place will place all the parts on the solder, but it still has to be soldered. So
Yeah.
it goes through like a Quiznos style, ADSR, ramps up in heat right here, goes molten, burns off all the flux, cools down, comes out the other end. And then you have a fully SMT pick and place carbon. 3 of them.
Dope.
And so all that's left is the UI stuff, pots, jacks, maybe a trim pot on this one. But yeah, then it goes over to Carl's world over there.
The oven is, like a really important part. It heats everything up, like you said, gets it molten, and then
You can
cools
see
it
how
down.
tight some of those parts are too in there.
Yeah, I would
this
probably
is-
do a very bad job of soldering those.
This is, yeah, it's like a human can't even, you do maybe 1 or 2 of these a day.
Yeah, exactly.
And it does 3 in 4 minutes. So every electronic from children's toys, light up teddy bears, to synthesizers, to Boeing, it's all made on a machine like this pretty much.
Yep.
Is this, a demonstration of how to warm your fingers? On the,
Yeah, that's when the decks are hot.
Yeah, you're like, nice.
So then you can see all the parts are stored here, so tons and tons of parts.
Hey there. There's a synthesizer talking. There's a synthesizer talking.
So this is Carl.
Hey, what up? How are you?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, awesome.
Carl runs the Selective solder machine, what it's called. So this helps put on all of the through.
Oh, it's actually
it's going right
active. Check it out.
So if you come down here, you can see there's basically about 15 pounds of liquid solder that is in this pot here.
Whoa.
And a liquid tin. It'll come in and it'll solder it. It's kind of particular. Sometimes it messes up a little bit, but for the most part, this one's been running really smooth. We're running the Legions right now, our oscillator. Here's the Legion program right here. So basically, I import a PCB or like a dip trace file, and all of these blue areas here are where the solder is getting hit, and all the red is in flux. Each one has like basically an X, Y, and a Z, and you have to. It's pretty particular, but like how
where the end position is, how fast it's going, the wave height of the solder, soldering time, etc. This has to be just right. The dimensions have to be just right, or else it'll just start hitting all the parts you don't want it to hit. And then
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nukes everything. Yeah. So.
Dude, it looks so tech. Like, yes.
Oh yeah. And then when they're all finished up, they end up coming out like this. So I basically placed all of these different pot values in here with 100 kBs, 10 kB, 50 Ka, our thonk jacks. And then, at the very end, it's actually a really, really clean looking solder.
Hot, fresh modules.
Let's pull it out. So these are just jigs that I kind of use to keep them so I think everything stays flat. Because sometimes one solder hits things, it'll kind of shift things.
Oh, right.
So if you put a little jig on there, it'll actually make it kind of do what you want to do. And then I basically double check to make sure that everything looks good. These all look good. That looks good. Every now and again, like, look, that one missed right there. So I'll go over there and I'll hand solder that one.
I would not have spotted that.
Oh, but give this a minute. End of these lesion runs here are almost done. I've got like 60 for each pins here that I've already done. This is just what I did this week. Starting here.
Damn.
All these. I just have this last pin here to do. And the week before I was doing subways, and only got really one more run and then we're out of here. So.
Oh man, heartbreaking.
I know, it sucks.
I'm so glad I got to see this before the great shutdown. Have you guys found a home for the machines yet?
I think we're auctioning them off here pretty soon, probably sometime next year. So.
All right, well, if you are looking to start a eurorack factory, this could be your shot. It's heartbreaking, but it's still super cool to get in here. Thank you for the tour. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no
I
problem.
really appreciate it. Oh man,
So,
I'm like,
we got more to show still. We'll go over to hand assembly. So after Carl gets it,
This is so rad.
Taylor, who we saw first, who's doing the hand assembly of modules, and then we've got testing in here. So this is Samantha doing testing.
hey, what up, Samantha?
And she's doing. What are you testing? Volteras.
Calibrating right now.
Cool. Calibrating, so making sure that all the voltages are what we say they are.
This is key.
Very important.
Very important. Right now, we still got a lot of people working from home and those kind of things. It's after the pandemic. We've had a few people that wanted to come back, and then quite a few people that are just down to make stuff at home. So we've got people assembling stuff at home. But you saw Taylor up front doing the Metrons, and that's what that looks like. That's putting nuts on, putting the panels on. So then that's the front warehouse. So we have a second warehouse.
Oh my God.
This is kind of the warehouse we were growing into. The noisy one. This is where all the
Whoa, this is huge.
this is where all of the compressed air, the air compressor stuff is. So it's kind of noisy back here.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
You can see those are the stencils. So the screen printer thing I was showing you earlier.
Oh, cool.
That's what all those look like. So I'm going to be making some art, some posters and stuff of just actually screen printing through those.
Oh yeah, you totally should.
These are our panel making machines. So basically what we do is we take a 2 foot by 3 feet sheet of already pre-anodized black aluminum. So this is a sheet over here. And we just get this right down the road from a local supplier. And then this machine cuts all the holes, cuts the actual shape of the module, and does all the art all at once.
That's awesome.
So we design everything in a way to where we just put the sheet in, and then they can press play, and then go home. And then it'll run overnight. And then when they get back, they'll have 100-something modules. This machine's pretty cool. It's a CNC routing machine, so it's drill bits, and you can see that blue box back there. That's its toolbox, and it automatically grabs the tool it needs, and then comes over and engraves everything.
So are we looking at a CNC music factory right now?
You are looking at a CNC music factory.
That's
for sure.
amazing. Just for the wrap party?
Yeah,
Are
right.
you guys gonna get denatured?
Get denatured and have the alcohol. No, this is all ethanol, and what this is for is it cools the bits while the machine is drilling. So what's cool about the denatured alcohol is that because aluminum isn't ferrous, it doesn't spark, so we can't cause any fires with it.
Okay.
And then it sprays it directly on the drill bit to cool it down as it's going, and then the alcohol evaporates, so we don't have to clean anything.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like an old school mill is using like a more of like an oil based kind of thing, and like it gets real messy and you have to clean it all off. This just evaporates, which is really
awesome.
So
Cool.
Steven is one of our like lead hardware engineers and does lots and lots of stuff at the company to keep it moving.
Word.
Yeah, product development and all that stuff. So you can see there's tons of stuff in here, but like everything from like really fine-tuned repairs, figuring out stuff inside the microscope, to like computer programming and
Wild.
laying things out. Lots of board layout.
Oh man, I've never seen the quad stereo filter or the subway in real life.
Man. It's a secret. This is just something that we tried to make for ourselves. It's like something we were developing, and it probably won't come out. It may, but it's just one of those things that like we were figuring out as a product and just exploring, different chips and things like that. So like, when you do this, like a lot of times, like with these, like with our company, a lot of times you find out about like a new chip, and then it's like, oh, what's possible with that chip, right?
Right.
And so we found this chip that we thought would be cool. That's a filter chip it's a state variable filter, so it can do high pass and low pass. So we figured we would try and do something, and it's stereo. So we figured we'd try and do something like that.
Who doesn't want a quad stereo filter?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Come on.
We haven't quite gotten it to the point that we want it to be a product yet. So it's something that, like it's totally an in-house prototype that we're circulating around us to see if we can get it to the way we like it. But so far it's like 60%, you know what I mean? Subway is being released very soon.
That is so cool, man. Look at that thing. So it's so you can scan through 8 signals with CV and like and it fades through them, right?
Yeah.
That's
Cross
so
fading through
sick.
each one, and you can see this one has the custom buttons that we showed in the beginning as well.
Nice. Yeah, because I love sequential switches, but I do not love clicking.
So yeah, this is another so we have a hardware engineer here who does like rework as well as some engineering things like that. Anything that doesn't pass testing, it's like that needs to be fixed there. And then Kelly has been building mixers for the past I don't know how long.
Cool.
And then she also runs machines.
Right on.
She does the machine running of the panel machines, and then in the downtime while they're running comes in here and does the mixers. And then in here, this is kind of our last stop. You can see we have so much stuff to build still. Like
there's so many modules.
We're
this does not look like a place that's shutting down. Yeah, this looks like a full swing.
Yeah, I know, right? You should see it when it is. But no, we've got a time crunch. We're really trying to get a bunch of stuff out. Like by the end of the year, we need to be out of this space, and then we're going to be into...
That is so soon, dude.
No, but we'll be in the big space. We'll be in the front space.
Okay.
So we're working on doing right now we're working on preparing that front space to house a lot of this stuff, and you'd be surprised at how fast this stuff does turn through. And the machines that we saw, the pick and place and the SMT or the selective solder machine, those are like on their last projects now. So once those are done, they get to be moved and like kind of just stored. And then a lot of this stuff will move up there and be stored as well until we can get it all shipped and out. But so this is kitting. So this is like after it hits the selective solder and everything, this is one person's full-time job is just to make kits for assemblers. So they come in and they say like, you're going to need, 2,000 nuts, you're going to need, this many of this and this many of that. And so they put together kits for everybody to build. So that way the people that are building don't have to go find stuff.
Yeah.
It's one person's job to manage all the inventory, find all the parts for people. And then everybody can just come in, grab 200 modules. And like I said, a lot of people are working at home. So they'll just like grab, drop off 200, pick up another 200 and go home for the week.
Word.
So
that I noticed you have a lot of different companies that you're working for here. Is this like a Chronoblob or what's this?
Chronoblob.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's so rad.
Yeah, so we have quite a few people that we've been manufacturing for, and that's like one of the sad things is that people are gonna have to find other manufacturers when we're no longer doing it. But it's just the way it is right now. But yeah, we've done them, Rossum, and then the like hex inverter, and then a few others.
That's so sick, man. So many different classic modules made here. It's amazing to see such volumes of them in real life. Like I'm used to seeing like, one at a friend's house at a time. It's like I'm like giddy from being around all these modules.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and it's super. It's a piece of history. Like it's something we're really, really proud of, and like really happy to have been able to do this. We've been in business for almost 17 years, and we started in Williams' garage, which was like a 400 square foot garage, and we've moved twice since then. And this is like our final incarnation. And then we took over this warehouse, and we're growing into it like in 2019. And
wow, so recent.
Yeah. Damn. And then 2020 happened, and it was like, okay, now everybody's working from home. We're not utilizing the space as efficiently as we wish we were, all of those things, but we just didn't really have the time to grow into it like we had hoped. And we're at the point that we're at now.
Word. Well, I'm sorry that it's gone down like that, and it's an honor and a privilege to check this place out. What a beautiful, wild, creative space, and knowing how much music is going to be made from these modules when they go out in the world. Like, this is a piece of so many records and so many people's passion projects and dreams.
Live
and
shows, art installations, goes really far.
Like, it is wild. This place is just filled with modules and modules and modules. Is there anyone you want to give shout outs to, or any messages you want to send at the end of the video?
Oh man, I just like, William at WMD, obviously, like he's the owner and founder, and just like everybody watching, everybody that was at the EP Bootcamp, that was a super fun time. The little bit I got to be a part of it, it was really fun and inspiring. And just watch out. We're gonna keep, we're all going to stay involved in music in one way or another. And, I'm excited for the future. Like, it's not like the end of us being in music, and that's
definitely really not. And ALX-106.
Oh yeah.
Check them out.
106.
The music plays on. Much love to each and every one of you. If you like this factory walkthrough video, be sure to check out the one I did at the PK Speaker Factory and the one at the Dave Smith /Sequential Factory in SF. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Be sure to check out ALX-106 and all the awesome music that he's making. And lots of love. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.